For years, I believed that working out early in the morning was the key to having more energy, discipline, and results. After all, starting the day with my workout done seemed unbeatable. But then, I noticed something curious. When I trained at night, my body reacted differently. More strength, more endurance, and even better performance with heavy lifts. The reason? It's neither a myth nor a coincidence. Your body changes throughout the day. Temperature, circulation, hormones. And that can make you perform much better at certain times. It's like having a natural turbo mode to boost your workouts. And then comes the question everyone wants to answer. What's the best time to train? Does the morning really speed up fat burning, or is nighttime the true golden hour for building muscle and strength? The answer goes far beyond a simple, it depends. In this video, I'm going to reveal how to find the most strategic time for your body and your goals. And in the video description, I'll share an exclusive guide we developed especially for you, with practical tips to apply everything to your routine. But it will only be available for a limited time, so take advantage. Let's talk about the massive benefits of getting your workout done and dusted in the morning. For so many people, this is the key to staying on track. One of the biggest wins of a morning session is consistency. How many times have you planned to work out in the evening, only for your day to get completely derailed? A meeting runs late, the kids need help with homework, you get invited out for dinner, or you're just absolutely shattered from the day. By exercising first thing, you get it done before life has a chance to throw those curveballs at you. It's in the bag, and you can go about your day feeling proud and accomplished. Another brilliant reason to train in the morning is the effect it has on your metabolism. When you do a workout, especially a high-intensity one, you create something called the afterburn effect, or EPOC, excess post-exercise oxygen consumption. This means your body continues to burn extra calories for hours after you've finished exercising as it works to recover and return to its resting state. By working out in the morning, you give your metabolism a fantastic kickstart, and you get to enjoy that elevated calorie burn throughout the day. It's like giving your body a running start to its daily fat-burning potential. Many people also find that a morning workout sets a positive tone for the entire day. When you start your day by doing something amazing for your body, it often leads to a domino effect of other healthy choices. You're more likely to reach for a nutritious breakfast instead of something sugary, you might drink more water, and you might even be more inclined to take the stairs instead of the lift. It puts you in a positive mindset, reduces stress, and boosts your mood thanks to that lovely rush of endorphins. You'll walk into work or start your daily tasks feeling more alert, focused, and full of energy. Finally, let's touch on working out on an empty stomach, often called fasted cardio. This is a popular strategy for morning exercisers who wake up and get straight to it before breakfast. The theory is that because your glycogen, your stored carbohydrate levels are low after a night of fasting, your body will be forced to tap into its fat stores for energy more readily. For some, this feels great, and they report feeling lighter and more agile without a full stomach. While the science on whether it leads to more overall fat loss is a bit more complex, which we'll get into next, the practical benefit of not having to wait for food to digest is a huge plus for early risers. Right, let's get into the nitty-gritty of fasted cardio. It's a hot topic, and you'll hear loads of different opinions on it. The basic idea is that when you exercise in a fasted state, typically in the morning before you've eaten anything, your body's stores of readily available energy, glycogen, are lower. Because of this, your body has to look for an alternative fuel source, and the theory is that it turns to your fat stores. Studies have shown that during a fasted workout, you can indeed burn up to 20% more fat during the exercise session itself, compared to when you've had a meal beforehand. This sounds amazing, doesn't it? Burn more fat just by skipping breakfast before your workout. But it's not quite that simple. Your body is incredibly smart and is always trying to maintain balance. While you might burn a higher percentage of calories from fat during that fasted session, your body can compensate later in the day. Research has shown that after a fasted workout, your body might become more efficient at burning carbohydrates and less efficient at burning fat for the rest of the day. It's like your body says, okay, we used a lot of fat this morning, let's hold on to it now and use these carbs instead. In contrast, when you do a fed workout, meaning you've had a meal or snack with some carbohydrates, your body will primarily use that glycogen for fuel. You'll burn less fat during the workout itself, but your body may continue to burn fat at a more consistent rate throughout the rest of the day. So, when scientists have looked at the total amount of fat burned over a full 24-hour period, the difference between the fasted and fed groups is often negligible. The body evens things out. What really matters for fat loss is your total daily calorie deficit, burning more calories than you consume, regardless of when you burn them. So what's the takeaway here? If you love working out on an empty stomach, if it makes you feel good and you have the energy to smash your session, then go for it. It certainly isn't going to hurt your fat loss goals. However, if you feel weak, dizzy, or just can't perform at your best without having something to eat first, then don't force yourself to do fasted cardio. The most important thing is the quality of your workout. A high-intensity, powerful workout after a small meal will almost always be better for your long-term results than a sluggish, weak workout on an empty stomach. Let's break down the science a little bit more so it's super clear. Your body's main and preferred source of fuel for high-intensity exercise is glucose, which comes from carbohydrates. We store this glucose in our muscles and liver in the form of glycogen. When you eat a meal, your glycogen stores get topped up, ready to be used. When you haven't eaten for a while, like overnight, those stores are partially depleted. This is the fundamental difference between a fed state and a fasted state. It's all about which fuel tank your body decides to draw from first. When you exercise in a fed state, your body is primed with insulin, a hormone that helps your muscles soak up the glucose from your bloodstream. This means you have a readily available, high-octane fuel source to power through an intense workout. You can often push harder, run faster, and lift heavier because your muscles are fully loaded with their favorite energy source. This is especially important for activities that require short bursts of power, like sprinting or heavy weightlifting. You're essentially giving your body the premium fuel it needs to perform at its absolute peak. Now let's look at the fasted state again. After about 8 to 12 hours without food, your insulin levels are very low. Your body enters a state where it's geared towards breaking down stored energy rather than storing it. With less glycogen available, your body increases the production of hormones like adrenaline and noradrenaline, which help to mobilize fatty acids from your fat cells. These fatty acids are then transported to your muscles to be used as a secondary fuel source. This is why you burn a higher proportion of fat during the workout itself. Your body is simply adapting to the fuel that's available. However, there's a potential downside to fasted training, especially if you're focused on building muscle. In a fasted state, your body can also start to break down protein, the building blocks of your muscles, to convert it into glucose for energy. This is a process called gluconeogenesis. While this effect is generally small in shorter, low to moderate intensity workouts, it could potentially hinder muscle growth over the long term if you're consistently training hard without any fuel. This is why many bodybuilders and strength athletes will always have a pre-workout meal containing both protein and carbs to protect their hard-earned muscle mass. Now let's flip the coin and talk about the awesome benefits of training in the afternoon or evening. While morning workouts are great for consistency, evening sessions are often where you'll find your peak physical performance. Think about it. By the time the afternoon rolls around, you've had a full day to fuel your body. You've likely eaten 2 or 3 meals, so your muscle glycogen stores are fully topped up and ready for action. You're not running on empty, you're starting your workout with a full tank of premium fuel, which can make a massive difference to your strength and endurance. Scientific research backs this up. Numerous studies have found that most people are physically stronger in the late afternoon and early evening. This is partly due to your body's circadian rhythm. Your core body temperature naturally peaks in the afternoon, which means your muscles are warmer, more flexible, and more pliable. This can lead to improved muscle function, increased power output, and a lower risk of injury. You might find you can lift that little bit heavier, squeeze out one more rep, or sprint a bit faster than you could in the morning when your body is still cold and stiff. Hormones also play a really important role here. For men in particular, the ratio of testosterone, a key hormone for muscle building, to cortisol, a stress hormone that can break down muscle tissue, is often more favorable in the evening. While testosterone levels are actually highest in the morning, cortisol levels are also at their peak then. In the evening, cortisol levels drop significantly, creating a more anabolic or muscle-building environment in your body. This hormonal advantage can make your evening strength training sessions more effective for long-term muscle gain. So, if your main goal is to get stronger, build muscle, or hit new personal bests in your lifts, training in the evening could be your secret weapon. Your body is physiologically primed for performance. You're fully fueled, your body temperature is optimal, and your hormonal state is geared towards power and growth. You can walk into the gym feeling prepared and powerful, ready to give it your all. This increased performance in each session can add up to some seriously impressive strength and muscle gains over time. It's all about working with your body's natural rhythm, not against it. Beyond pure strength, other aspects of your physical performance also tend to improve as the day goes on. Things like reaction time, coordination, and motor skills are often sharper in the late afternoon. Your central nervous system is more fired up, and the communication between your brain and your muscles is faster and more efficient. This can be a huge advantage in sports or activities that require skill and precision like team sports, martial arts, or complex lifting techniques. You might find your movements are smoother, your balance is better, and you react more quickly. This peak in alertness and coordination allows you to train with greater intensity and focus. When you feel strong and coordinated, you have more confidence to push your limits safely. You can tackle more challenging exercises and maintain better form, which is absolutely crucial for getting results and avoiding injury. An evening workout can also be a fantastic mental release. After a long day of sitting at a desk or dealing with stress, a tough workout can be the perfect way to burn off frustration and clear your head. This psychological boost can translate into a more intense and productive training session. This ability to train harder in the evening directly contributes to better results, especially for muscle growth. The primary driver of muscle hypertrophy, the scientific term for muscle growth, is progressive overload, which means continually challenging your muscles by lifting heavier weights or doing more reps. Since you're naturally stronger and more powerful in the evening, you're in a better position to achieve this. Those extra few kilograms on the bar or those 2 extra reps in your set all add up over weeks and months, leading to more significant muscle development. Furthermore, being well-fueled not only helps your performance during the workout, but also kickstarts the recovery process afterwards. After an evening session, you'll typically have a post-workout meal and then go to sleep. Sleep is the ultimate recovery tool, a time when your body releases growth hormone and gets to work repairing the muscle fibers you've broken down during training. Going to bed with your muscles replenished with nutrients from your evening meal can create the perfect environment for repair and growth to happen overnight. It's a powerful combination for anyone looking to build a stronger physique. One of the biggest concerns people have about evening workouts is the potential impact on their sleep. We've all heard the advice that you shouldn't exercise too close to bedtime because it can leave you feeling wired and unable to switch off. Exercise does, after all, increase your heart rate, your core body temperature, and the levels of stimulating hormones like adrenaline. For a long time, the conventional wisdom was that this state of arousal would make it harder to fall asleep, leading to a restless night. However, recent research has shown that for most people, this isn't actually the case. While a super intense, high adrenaline workout right before you jump into bed might not be the best idea, moderate intensity exercise in the evening seems to have little to no negative effect on sleep. In fact, for many people, it can actually improve sleep quality. A good workout can help to reduce stress and anxiety, which are common culprits for keeping people awake at night. The gentle rise and subsequent fall in body temperature after an evening workout can also help to signal to your body that it's time to sleep. The key seems to be the timing and the individual. Most studies suggest that as long as you finish your workout at least 90 minutes before you plan to go to sleep, it shouldn't interfere with your ability to drift off. This gives your heart rate and body temperature enough time to return to their baseline levels. It also gives you time for a proper cool down, a relaxing shower, and a post-workout meal, all of which are important rituals that help you wind down for the night. You need to listen to your own body. Some people are more sensitive to stimulants than others. So, if you're thinking about evening workouts, don't let the fear of poor sleep stop you. Give it a try and see how you feel. For many, it's the perfect way to end the day, leaving them feeling physically tired and mentally calm, ready for a deep and restorative sleep. If you do find that a high-intensity session leaves you feeling too buzzed, you could try something a bit more relaxing like yoga, stretching, or a steady-state session on the bike. The link between evening exercise and sleep is personal, and finding what works for you is part of the journey. We've looked at the pros and cons of mornings and evenings, we've dived into the science of fat burning and muscle building, but now it's time for the most important message of all. The absolute, non-negotiable, #1 secret to getting results from your fitness journey is consistency. It doesn't matter if you have the perfect workout plan, or if you've timed your sessions to the exact minute for optimal hormone levels. If you only do it once in a blue moon, you simply won't see the changes you're hoping for. The best workout in the world is the one you actually do, day in and day out. Think of it like building a house. Each workout is a single brick. One brick doesn't make a house. But if you lay a brick consistently, every single day or every other day, soon enough you'll have a strong foundation, then walls, and eventually a complete home. Your fitness is exactly the same. Every session you complete, no matter when you do it, is another brick in place. It's the cumulative effect of all those workouts over weeks, months, and years that creates incredible, lasting transformation. A slightly less optimal workout that you do consistently will always beat the perfect workout that you always skip. Your body loves routine. When you exercise at roughly the same time each day, your body's internal clock, that circadian rhythm we talked about, starts to adapt. It learns to anticipate the workout. If you're a consistent morning exerciser, your body will learn to start raising your core temperature and releasing energy-boosting hormones just before your alarm goes off. If you're a consistent evening exerciser, your body will prepare for peak performance in the afternoon. This adaptation can make your workouts feel easier and more effective over time. So picking one time and sticking to it can give you an extra edge. This is why your personal schedule and preferences are so incredibly important. You need to be realistic. If you are not a morning person and the thought of a 6 a.m. alarm makes you want to cry, then forcing yourself to do morning workouts is a recipe for failure. You'll hit the snooze button, feel guilty, and eventually give up. Likewise, if your evenings are chaotic with family commitments, then planning to train at 7 p.m. is just setting yourself up for disappointment. The key is to look at your life, find a slot that genuinely works for you, and protect that time like it's the most important meeting of your day. So, after all that, what's the final verdict? Morning or evening? As you've probably guessed, there is no single winner. The best time to exercise is the time that you can commit to consistently and that you genuinely enjoy. It's about finding what fits into your life and what makes you feel good. Both morning and evening workouts offer their own unique and brilliant benefits, and the right choice is deeply personal. Don't let anyone tell you that you have to train at a certain time to get results. That's just not true. The most important thing is that you get moving. If you're someone who loves the quiet of the early morning, wants to get your workout done before the day gets crazy, and enjoys that feeling of starting the day with a burst of energy, then morning workouts are probably perfect for you. They can help you build an incredibly consistent routine and set a positive tone for the rest of your day. It's a fantastic way to prioritize your health and well-being before the demands of the world take over. If that sounds like you, then embrace the sunrise sessions and smash it. On the other hand, if you're someone who needs time to wake up, feels their strongest in the afternoon, and loves the idea of using a workout to de-stress after a long day, then evening sessions are your ticket to success. You can take advantage of your body's natural peak in strength and performance to push for new personal bests and build serious muscle. If your goal is maximum power and performance, and you can carve out that time in the evening, then that is the perfect time for you to train. Ultimately, the journey to a fitter, healthier, and happier you is a marathon, not a sprint. The key is to find a sustainable rhythm that works for you. I encourage you to experiment. Try a week of morning workouts, then try a week of evening workouts. Pay attention to how your body feels, your energy levels, your performance, and your sleep. Listen to your body, look at your schedule, and then make a choice that you can stick with. Because when you find that sweet spot, exercise stops being a chore and becomes a brilliant part of your life. Good luck.